Welcome to Woo That's Hot, where the peppers are hotter than Eunice Corpusala. I'm your host, John Hiller. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make some hot sauce. If you ever wanted to make hot sauce and you think to yourself, this sounds complicated, it's not. There's some main things that you need to make sure that you include when you're making it, but beyond that, it's simple stuff. First and foremost, if it's something that you want to last more than a couple of days, you're going to want to make sure that it has a high acidity. I have pH strips here to test. With these pH strips, it'll let me know I want to dial it in lower than 4, ideally lower than 3.5. That should keep it shelf stable for years to come at 3.5. Along with that, you also need to add a little bit of sugar and salt. It's a chemical combination that allows things to stay good for a long period of time. Other than that, what you're really thinking about is the color you want and the flavors you want. So first thing you want to think about is, what base do I want? What do I want my base to be? Whether it's pineapple, mango, banana. I was going to make a rhubarb sauce because I love rhubarb and I've never seen a rhubarb sauce, but it's out of season right now, so that's not an option. So I messaged one of my best friends out in California and I said, hey man, you know what? I can't decide what hot sauce I want to make, so just tell me what you want to eat. Give me something good that you want to try and I'll make it, send you a bottle. So he said, how about melons? And I'm like, whoa, never done that before. Never heard that before, and it has a high pH around the same as water. I think like 6 or 7 maybe. Might be a little bit lower, but a little bit of a challenge. I have to make sure I add some acid and other flavors to get that pH down. So I'm going to make a hot sauce with honeydew today. And then since I could not make a sauce with rhubarb, I'm also going to make a second sauce with strawberry. About the closest you can get to rhubarb as far as flavor and tartness, color, etc., etc. So when thinking about what I wanted to do with this mango, as far as color is concerned, there's not really any options other than using unripened peppers, which I did not want to do. So I didn't really care about color as much. What I did think about, though, was flavor, what I think would be good. A lot of the peppers out in my garden I've not reviewed yet, so I've not really tried them yet. So what I decided was to go with things that, from what I've read and what I understand, have a nice citrus flavor, a nice floral flavor, and some nice heat. It's things that I think would go well with the honeydew pepper, or the honeydew melon. The main pepper that I'm choosing is a yellow reaper. You can see that here. It's a nice sweet flavor from what I understand, real citrus. Actually, if I smell the rind, it smells a lot like a lemon or an orange rind. You have to really smell hard, but you can smell it. So I imagine it packs a real nice citrus flavor. It's supposed to be real sweet and with a little less heat than a normal reaper. I don't know if I'm going to use these or not, and I don't know a lot about the flavor profile, but I also have a Mutinex peach here and a golden reaper. Figured why not just throw another reaper in there with a mellowed out flavor. This is a much more subtle yellow, almost like a pale peach color. All right, and then as far as the acidity is concerned, I did bring vinegar. I may not use it. It depends on how low the pH gets, but I'm going to start with lime juice and a little bit of pineapple juice to really try to get that pH down. Test it with these pH strips, see where it's at, and if I need to add a little bit of vinegar, I will. So I'm not going to cut these peppers up just yet because I don't know how many I'm actually going to add. The nice thing about making a hot sauce is you may not know exactly what you want to do first. So I'm going to put my main base in, the honeydew, and then I'm going to put the spices in that I want to use. And I'm also going to add, the lime juice, pineapple juice, try to get the acidity where I want it and taste it from there. Make sure I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, I might move things around, other ingredients a little bit. Then I'm going to add like maybe 2 peppers, grind it up, see how the heat is, see how I like it. And then maybe add another 2 peppers or 1 pepper. And then once it is where I want it, I'll take it upstairs. I'm going to cook the sauce. Once it's cooked for about 20 minutes, I'm then going to pour said sauce into bottles that I've also boiled for sanitation. Also, please make sure you wash your peppers beforehand. It's very important to make sure that you wash your peppers, that you cook the sauce before you pour it in the bottles, and that you also sanitize your bottles. Produce is very prone to botulism, something that still can kill people today. If you're not careful, you can get it. So just make sure that you are following your food safety measures if you're making hot sauce. Because my injured hand, my lovely wife prepped a lot of these things for me. She's the real MVP of Woo That's Hot, in case you guys didn't know. So give her a big props in the comments, please. Here we have the melon. I'm not going to measure this. It was a whole honeydew melon. Probably 5 or 6 cups. Maybe a little bit more. Here is some lime juice. 4 full limes that were squeezed into here. I'm going to put a little bit of pineapple juice in here. Using some but this is 100% juice. No sugar added, guys. We only get the good stuff. Again, I'm not measuring. I'm just using from a can. Whatever. Who measures things? I follow Josh Scherer on YouTube, and he doesn't measure anything. He's a successful cook, and he has nice arms. Just ask my wife. I'm going to add some Mexican spices as well. Not measuring these out. I'm just going to put this on like as if I was making some baked chicken, you know? Whatever. Got some paprika here. Delicioso. I don't know why I said that like an Italian man. Add a little chili pea. Not too much, because I am going to add peppers as well. A little ground cumin. This hasn't been opened yet. Just a touch of the onion powder. My wife is cringing as I hold this onion powder in my hand, guys. But so a little onion would go good with the melon, I think. But I don't want to cut real onions because I don't want to cry. All right, guys. I have an immersion blender here. Never actually used one of these before, so this will be fun. I used to blend it with a Ninja blender, but I've read this is a better way. Had this in the cupboard for a while, so I'm going to bust it out and give it a try. Oh, yeah. That sounds so awful. And then here, guys, not quite as good quality, but you can see from my cell phone camera what the sauce looks like now that I blended it up with the immersion blender. All right, guys, I'll blend it up. It smells really good. First, test the pH to make sure it's good before I go any further. I would say it's about a 4 pH right now, so I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar to get it a little bit lower. This is approximately a 1/4 cup, somewhere between a 1/4 and a half. From this point on, if I need any more, I'll just add some lemon juice. I'm going to ask my wife to be sure, but I think that's 3.5. All right, it's 3.5. But you know what? Just for the sake of flavor, I am going to add just a little bit of lemon juice as well. All right, blend it up with some extra lemon juice. The pH should definitely be good now. It was already around 3.5, and now we add a little more lemon juice. There's no reason to test the pH again. What's left now is to taste this. Pretty good. Just tastes kind of melony. I was afraid that vinegar was going to overpower, but it really doesn't. It can really capture that melon really well. In fact, I might add a little more spice. More cumin when you're human. 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of sugar. All right, guys, I got two teaspoons of salt. I got 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 teaspoons of sugar. I'm gonna add some garlic, and then I'm gonna add the peppers. All right, guys. I forgot to put garlic in. My wife, a child, actually ran up and got some garlic. Her name's Little Spice. Little Spice got me some garlic. I'm gonna start with 2 cloves, which is about a teaspoon. This is a mounted teaspoon. It's close enough. And see how that tastes. Mother of pearl tasting spoon again. It's gonna be cooked. I'm not gonna get a new spoon every time I taste it. That would take forever. That tastes effing good. Garlic makes such a difference, guys. I know it may sound weird to put something savory and something sweet, but garlic in a hot sauce just makes all the other flavors come out. It's crazy. It tastes so perfect, guys, that I almost don't want to mess with it, but then I'm curious what happens if I add just a little more garlic. So I'm just gonna put just a touch more, because originally I wanted to put 2 whole teaspoons in. My wife talked me out of it, but let's add just a little bit more. I like to eat things, if you couldn't tell. I know I'm very slender, but I like to eat things. Without the pepper, that might be a little too much garlic, but with the pepper, it'll probably be a nice addition. 2 yellow reapers, maybe? I think this is also known as a California Reaper, which is another reason I wanted to use it. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please, because I know there is such thing as a California Reaper, and maybe that's different than the yellow Reaper, but I'm thinking it's the same thing. If I'm sending this to California, gotta use a California Reaper, guys. This smells really good, guys. This smells a lot like a scorpion pepper, which is one of my favorite peppers. It's super sweet, super citrusy. So this should blend well. It's very important, though, that if you're going to cook with some peppers, to cut them open first and inspect to make sure there's no black inside the pepper. The outside of the pepper may look perfectly fine, and then when you cut it open, you may have black spots or black seeds, which would be mold, essentially. And it's no bueno, guys. So, again, food safety, number 1. 1/2. Another half. See how hot this is, guys. Spice level's good. It's not knocking me out. It's good. I'm thinking about adding that fourth one. Just why not? Hopefully, Ricky Boy can handle it. This is the part where I end the video, guys. I'm going to blend this up, cook it, make some sauce, send it out. I'm also going to make the strawberry sauce off camera. Use a little TV magic, and then I will show you the end results. Alright, guys. Welcome back to Woo That's Hot. Little camera magic. In real life, it's been 2 days since I cooked these sauces. Allowed them to meld in the fridge, get some flavors. You saw me make this one. This one you did not see. I talked about making a strawberry sauce, so I'll let you know what I did with this one. Similar Mexican spices, a little less heavy-handed. Also added some garlic, but a lot less garlic. I think it was about a clove of garlic maybe in that, because there wasn't that many strawberries. It was enough to make almost 2 bottles of sauce, where this made about 6 bottles of sauce. 6-7 bottles worth of sauce. So only added about a clove of garlic into here. Also used a Primatali pepper as the base, and then like 4 Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion crossed with Pink Tiger. Add a little extra red coloring in there. Came out almost like a daiquiri color. So I'm trying to think of a name for this one. I'm pretty stumped. This one, since I used honeydew, I'm going to call it Molten Dew for now. You know, kind of like Mountain Dew. A little corny. Maybe I could think of something better. And honestly, it's not that molten. I didn't make it super hot yet. To be quite honest with you, I thought 4 Yellow Reapers would be plenty to make this thing nice and hot. And it is hot, don't get me wrong. I think I always feel like it could be hotter. Like I'm always like, man, I should add a little more. But I wouldn't call this molten. So maybe next time I'll have 6 or 8 or 10 Yellow Reapers. I don't know. I got a lot on that plant, so we'll see. See what Rick thinks of it first. We'll go from there. What I'm going to do right now, though, I'm going to taste these sauces, again, because they've had time to meld, and I want to give them a go. I've not tried them yet since they've sat in the fridge for a couple of days. Been saving that for the show. Got my mother of pearl spoon here. Now, guys, I want to point out I did say I had these in the fridge for a couple of days. That's not always necessary. You don't have to keep these in the fridge per se. I recommend it, though, because food safety. Honestly, though, knowing that these pHs are 3.5 or lower, I think this one actually measured around 2.5 because it's everything in it is just super acidic. But knowing that I cooked the sauces, knowing that I boiled the bottles, knowing the steps that I took, it's probably fine, but I'm a paranoid person, so I just keep them in the fridge when I'm done for my own peace of mind. Alright, let's give this a taste and we'll see how hot it is. Is it Molten Dew? We'll see. That actually has a little more heat than I thought. Maybe not molten, but I'm going to stick with Molten Dew on this one. Maybe for it to truly be molten, add 6 or 8 yellows instead of 4. But it's pretty warm right now. It's all in the back of my tongue. 6 or a 7 out of 10. Pretty good stuff. Very savory. The sweetness kind of comes in late. Very savory smell. Honeydew doesn't really have a strong scent to it, so to expect to be able to smell the honeydew with all the other ingredients is just unrealistic. Mainly it's just pepper smell and garlic. Let's try this strawberry boy. Yeah, it's a lot thicker. Holy cow. It helps too that it's cold. You know, it's colder, it's going to be thicker. Woo! Oh, this strawberry sauce is very interesting to me because when it's in your mouth, you first put it in. Oh, that's getting a little warm. First put it in your mouth, there's this sense of, this is not hot at all. It tastes like strawberries a little bit and lime and just like a meld of flavors in this sauce. And then you swallow it and the heat creeps up. This is probably about a 7 or an 8 out of 10 on the heat. I'd say they're both probably 8 on flavor because the more I think about it, they just each have something different about them that I enjoy. But this one's hotter. This one creeps up on you. Oh boy. Now you know how to make your own hot sauces. Get out there, crank them out, pour it on your food. Enjoy the fruit, the literal fruit of your labors with the peppers that you have at home. If you don't have peppers at home, go to the grocery store, buy some habaneros, have some fun in the kitchen. That about wraps this video up, guys. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Whew! That's hot.
Oh, hi there. Fancy meeting you here. Do you love this hot content? Do you need more? Well, you're in luck. Click above. You can subscribe there. Or perhaps you can check out my other videos to the left. But first, subscribe. Hit that logo up there. Hit it, then hit subscribe. Then check out my other videos. Do it.